Okay. Really? You freaking really? Please, could you move? Could you like just move so I can fly trial and error to this problem? Think I have it fixed for now. Okay. You truly made it all this way. Perhaps I did underestimate you. But this is the end. My pets will put a stop to you. Come forth, Golem sisters! Okay. Are you? Oh, come on! Oh. Is this another, like, not meant to win battle? Nope! We're meant to win this! Huh? Go to hell! That is bullshit! All of the negatives! I'm erasing all of the positives! And replacing them with negatives. What the hell was that? What is a freaking. Where is my freaking guide? Oh, there, it's behind me. How are we. There's not even an article on this! Nelson reappears, this time with the Golem twins, who launch an attack. Will you trounce the twins? When you trounce the twins? No! No strategy! It's a strategy guide! What the hell? Here's the cool idea. Let's take the boss that you were not meant to defeat and double it! Double the freshness, double the fun! And somehow not double the pleasure. Double the torment. I seriously don't know what to do! Like, I had my ass handed to me before by a boss and came back after grinding a little bit and like changing some equipment around. But I don't think I think the golem just used physical attacks. And there's like the whole having a HP thing, which is freaking dumb. as hell. I didn't even forget my phone's still in my bedroom. I have it charging. I I have to freaking go get it because I need an actual legitimate strategy. Stop taking days off. Like I'm kind of doing every other day now. Like I think like I need to take like some time to like just watch videos and just kind of chill. Um, so I'm trying to commit myself to the idea more or less of taking. Also, why am I not at full freaking health? Shouldn't I have used the shelter? There's my problem right there. No, I have full health. Am I looking at some of the other characters? Oh, that's the other characters. Okay. But there's no guide. And from what I recall, this is the real boss. Like this is the real boss of the stage. I should probably try using Luminaire on it, like out the gate. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that before. I, I, I'm I'm distracted by Pocket Camp. Sorry. I don't even know why I still play Pocket Camp. Like they haven't really added all that much to it besides more microtransactions. Okay. The problem with some of these boss fights. Okay, it's used to start or when hit by a physical attack. Okay. And you have the copycat ability, which copies every technique used on them. If you use lightning on them, they give you a big dose of lightning too. Probably fire and water skills suck. This is where I'm probably just literally going to use a guide. Really beginning to see the level of discrepancy between Chrono and the other characters. Right. Um. What I'm thinking here. Do we have a blue plate? Oh. I'm not gonna be wearing my headphones. I can hear the sound pretty well from over here. So apparently, if you do, I should turn off the counterattack. I should get rid of the counterattack stuff because that's just gonna cause them to use their um uh Iron Spear more. Damn it. Um. Oh, I'm not. My controller. My controller desynced. I don't think they can copycat this. Are they using Lightning 2 or just Lightning 1? Damn it. Wow. I might need to equip that tomorrow. How am I doing that? I can just freaking go over here. Well, they're just an infinite loop of that. Why? We're in wait mode. Is it because we're absorbing it? What's... What the hell? Okay, that's interesting. There's an autosave system? Oh, crap. Now I have to friggin' go all the way back because I need to make some adjustments to my equipment and everything. And because there's no way to. But to do the worst boss fight in the game, apparently. I might have to keep the positive for autosave. Apparently, it does have autosave. Okay, so, um, we're going to. Okay, we're gonna unequip the rage band because that it actually works against us. Um, maybe give it the magic scarf. Uh, the headband, I suppose. I'm not sure if the white plate is really. Um, where the heck do you get? Uh, capsules. There. Apparently, we need to use them on these guys. Um, I'm not sure I'm gonna actually use the guide that much. Um, Seal chest at truce in. Did I just not do that in this playthrough? Crap. Am I gonna have to fight everything again? Oh, cool, I don't have to. And cool, there's some good levels down here. Basically, I'm going to try and formulate my own strategy around the knowledge I have from the guide. Also, I must say how insane it is that the official guide, the only guide in this case, or the only guide that we have access to back in the day, does not um, does not offer any insight into how to deal with the Golem twins, which are the actual boss. And can wipe the floor with you if you don't know what to do. Nope. Oh. I don't know if we could do the pyramid. I'm really going for a little bit of trouble to just to check on to see if we can get to the pyramid without additional capabilities. Let's just. I could use Delta Force on them. Total overkill, but. Okay. What? You're kidding me. Why do all these guys people want to die? Why do you want to die? I know you're all like monsters and stuff, but you know your life's probably really tough. But you know, there's always a better way. You didn't really clean it up. I can't even see if it's there. It probably is there. What? Huh? Are you kidding me? Did I already grab this? Where is it? Or maybe it's equipped to someone else. I just have to think about that. Yeah, okay. I can just grab it, the blue vest from, apparently we can't go back that way, so, cool. According to the guide, we can use, Fire 2 and Water 2, and those are weaker counters. And on top of that, we can equip the plate so that those things actually heal us rather than, thing. So he actually completed the Wings of Time. The cost of his own life, no less. Now put those wings to good use and pay visit the should mention in case you didn't already know. And see if whatever you have a need. Maybe is your guide on Time's Road. We actually go back to the Weird. Um. hmm, Um. The actual map. Apparently, okay, it's on another continent. Map of the present. There you go. So what I need to know is if going to the I need to know if unsealing the forest ruin in the present is it's inaccessible in the Middle Ages, so blam. Um, your pendant is glowing. We have to make a choice here. She is broken. I give to you a treasure crafted by the Guru of Reason himself. To your right is a weapon which will enhance your strength. To your left is a protective gear which will guard your life. Think well and choose what you need the most. 13,000 years is a very long time, Belbasar. I go to you now. Guardian Helm or Swallow. Really, you could show me a frickin' ad for. So it's katana with an attack of 145. Yeah, This is already um. Probably you could win it from the Arena of the Ages. I'm not sure if that's available in this game, but still, it has an attack of 125. Okay, so the swallow is a better weapon. It also increases your speed. Um, hmm. So the Guardian Helm reduces physical damage by 1/3. Um, has a defense of 38, which is uh, 5 more than what we already have. Um, you can also attain it from uh, enemies in later on, so it's not a unique item. It's an item that you'll get much later. You'll be able to charm out of enemies much later. Um, yeah, I think I rubbed my eye the wrong way or something, and so I'm inclined to go for the weapon because like there's no other way of attaining it. Whereas at home you can just farm from enemies a little bit later. That's interesting. It places the number with um, stars. And I'm not sure if that's a bug or something else, huh? A feature. I'm not sure if speaking to Melchior at this point um, does anything. Yeah, these are like already like not even worth buying. Okay. Yeah, Puck is like right down there. Yep, they unsealed it apparently. Ocean Palace briefly again. Oh, wait. Really? I don't know if we probably used the experience. Luminaire. Please tell me Luminaire is useful here. It's useful because one of them. Really? My God! It does not remember that the elevator. I may need the XP, but I do like the idea of having to go through an entire section that I already been through. Also, why do we never fight this guy? Can't we escape this? Oh, cool, we can. I don't know why, but okay. Can we escape? And we should... Why not? We already beat these guys! We literally already beat these guys! We shouldn't have to go for this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bullcrap. I guess we're getting a good amount of XP and TP from these guys, so... Let's eat damage. Oh, come on! If I had a good strategy, apparently don't. Sorry, Marl. Probably because we got in the shelter. It's like right here. Damn it. I literally have all of the shelters, so... Make sure that he just kept the headband. Hmm. We just confuse. Gotta confuse them. Unfortunately, they're not healing us, so. Oh, but that's not what I meant to do. Damn it. I might still need to give us a negative. It might even be. Is it information or. I mean, you can learn from observing them a fairly good strategy. This may still get a negative for. I don't know. The sisters too. I suppose I've but one choice left. What's this? I feel something strange. Could this be Lavos' energy? This won't do at all. All my hard work will be in vain if I die before attaining immortality. It seems this is your lucky day. Farewell. I don't think it matters per se, but we're gonna treat it as if we don't know. I don't know how to put this problem. We got like one positive from last time. I guess I have a control negative for some of the. Like, it's kind of well designed. I think the idea is that you fight them and you kind of figure out how to combat the enemy through a degree of trial and error. Like, you realize that, okay, if you use, like, an advanced lightning, you know, physical, their whole HP halving thing is triggered by physical attacks. You figure that out. So you're like, okay, physical attacks are a no-go. Use magic. Well, they replicate the magic. Then you figure out, that they have, they still have a spell list effectively, and that fire and water magic is their least effective spells. So you have to have, Luca and either Marl or Frog in your party that use their strongest spells. And then heal in between. And that's effectively your strategy. And that's, like, kind of well designed. I might still say, like, I'm not sure if it's the best design. I'm probably gonna say that it's, some of the later bosses have this idea that they had to kill you, and then you learn after they kill you. It's almost it's almost an information negative, but I think it has more to do with the way it's designed. this could like more or less be solved with, to some extent, with a mechanic that's introduced in Chrono Cross, which I already mentioned, and this is where I was starting to develop the idea of the negative for the inability to retreat from boss battles. And I, I'm, I mean, again, that's a very unique feature. But there is a degree of validity to you know the feeling that I should have the ability to retreat from boss battles because I'm in the middle of a boss battle and I'm thinking, okay, I need to do something different. Like, I have this, they react to physical attacks with, like, for example, there's, the party configuration. So I had, like, I think, well, maybe I can't remember who I had in the party before. I don't think it was Frog. It was, like, somebody. Obviously. Um, I had Ayla in the party. Um, and she only does physical attacks, so she's kind of a no-go here. They had Chrono uh, equipped with the Berserker Ring, so he counters everything with he has a chance of countering with a physical attack, which triggers another counter, which halves your HP, which may also has a 50% chance of Chrono countering with his own physical attack, which it creates a feedback loop of countering. So the only way to unequip the item is to not be in combat, but we can't escape the combat because it's a freaking boss fight. So your only uh, escape at that point is to um, intentionally die, which is never fun. So, um, and there's a chance you're not necessarily going to learn enough in your first combat to formulate a strategy beyond going to the guide or looking at the walkthrough. So, you know, I might just leave it at that without even commenting on the whole inability to escape through it. It's just, it feels kind of cheap. You know, like there's information you need to know going in, and the only way to have that information um is to pretty much die, and it's not fun. And I'm not sure if it's good game design. It's an aggravation. It detracts from my ability to enjoy the game. Therefore, it is a negative. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not that would be like should that like having to die for trial and error in the game, should that be just a standard negative thing? Because in some other games, that's kind of that could kind of be the whole thing. Like a lot of platformers are built to one degree or other around trial and error. Like the minecart levels from Donkey Kong Country. Granted, I probably would still personally, I would give the minecart levels of Donkey Kong Country a degree of a negative because there's so much memorization involved, and it's just kind of mean, in my opinion. Um, I don't know. I'm ranting on it. I still think that it deserves some kind of negative because it's becoming a repeated aggravation at this point. It's like multiple boss battles, more or less in a row, where I have this issue. I keep on forgetting. This is the memory machine. Alter. Now's the time if you want to turn back, New. No! Oh, I can't talk to the other guys. We made it just in time. It's a pity, but I'm afraid we have to shut down that machine for good. Charlotte, we're here to save you. Come on. You're... Help! Charlotte! What are you doing, Charlotte? Control the machine! Quickly, Chrono, there's no time! Chrono, the knife! Here we go, Mune! Ready when you are, Masa! She transformed the knife into a sword? The memory machine! It's too late. He comes! It's no use! The sword alone cannot stop it! Wait a minute. Why did she turn into Sonic all of a sudden? The sword alone cannot stop it! Oh boy. Things are getting a bit of crafty up in here. Yep. I think they take out exactly your HP on the first attack. How long I've waited for this. It's been quite some time, lovers. I swore on that day long ago that I'd destroy you, no matter the price. It is time to fulfill that vow. Feel my wrath, lovers. You truly think you possess the power? Okay, that's a little, what's this? Why haven't they fixed that? And all the time. I guess this is a particular effect that they could just easily do in widescreen. But there's like a loose tile down here. For some reason. Negative to information. What are you but a false prophet? You'll be no more than grazing for the great lovers. Mother, please stop this madness! The power can only end in ruin! Step aside, Sherlock! The almighty life force of lovers flows through us all! You are part of it! You cannot change that fate now! Oppose me and I will destroy you! If unlimited power! Ah! Come, prophet of lies! Feel the power of lovers! My magic is turning it! I won't be beaten! I entered the darkness alone for the sole purpose of defeating you! Take this, Lavos! No effectual! Fool! Your pitiful powers are no match for his! I shall give you a gift! Eternal life as part of Lavos! Please, Alcala! Are you alright? At this rate, we're all doomed! Oh, Charlotte, alright? No, we can't leave Charlotte here! I can't let Science lose out here! Not like this! Not like this! Please escape, Chrono! We humans haven't the means to stop such power! Chrono isn't! Why not do as Shadow said and run away? Tail between your legs! Is your leg not precious to you? Okay. Like, Chrono's like, no, dude. No. Oh, they're getting sucked in. You still not given up? What do you hope to do? You won't challenge Ramos alone, but battered body of yours? Gaze upon the power of Ramos and your doom! Don't worry, we got this. No, Chrono! Oh. One among you will shortly perish. Okay. I have the power to defeat him then. Chrono! Where's Chrono? No! Chrono, there was nothing I could do. Unless my penance power will save him to safety. I know you will not be able to forgive her, but Please do not hate my mother or our kingdom. I'm so sorry. Now quickly, to the surface. Chrono. A tidal wave! I keep having parts to give this. Oh, Chrono! Chrono! Hold it, Chrono! Chrono! Oh, ah, you woke me. You're most dreadful in your sleep. Where's Chrono? We found no other. That wasn't a dream. Where are we? Is this the village of the Earthbound ones? Filing was the only refuge left at the Ocean Palace unleashed its ruin. Something remain. No, not this era too. Melchior, where's Melchior? When the disaster struck, an eerie black portal materialized before young old Yanis. Melchior tried to save the boy prince, but succeeded only in getting himself dragged in as well. A black portal? A gate! What about Sharla? As I cannot say. No one has seen her since. Yepak, what happened to it? Your ship is certainly a vessel in one might venture. She washed up safe and sound, right in your wake. It was almost as though she was drawn to you. Chrono. Marl. If that puck is okay, my gut tells me Chrono is too. Oh yes, I believe that is yours. My pendant. I given it to Chrono to hold for me. I found it nestling upon your shoulder. My lady, almost as though it were guarding you. Chrono. Take all the time you need to rest. I'll be in the village commons just beyond. Hey, now we have the ability to have the all-ladies party. Heck yeah. Do 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 do. Even the music kind of sounds like Charlie's Angels. Oh, I also have a save point here. Okay. Okay. Let's contemplate just how many positives the Battle of Flavos is going to get. I think it's going to be all information. Like, we already have kind of a control positive for Golem, for the Golem, being a good example of a fight you're not meant to win. And in a sense, Lavos is a different spin on that because Golem is a battle you can win, and actually probably I would have been able to win it in a similar way to how I won the Twin Golems fight if I'd known the actual strategy of not using physical attacks and just using, um, fire and ice attacks on it. I probably could have won it really easily. I just didn't know that. And I kind of treated it as less of a challenge and more of like, at least in this case, more of like, I can deal about it this time around. Um, and I'm also kind of playing it as if I hadn't played it before a little bit. Um, and I believe Lavos is literally designed as it will deal exactly the amount of damage equivalent to your HP. So there's literally no way to fight it. Um, is that worthy of a positive? Maybe? Because, I mean, there are bosses, and it's interesting. I could go into a little bit of an anecdote here. Back in the day, I played most video games for quite a while with cheat codes. Because I particularly RPGs, because I was just more interested in the story than the gameplay. And it wasn't until around the time I got an Xbox, and heck, probably around the time I got an Xbox 360, and wanted to like play Fable 2, and it was literally not available on PC. Um, Actually, around that generation, I got a PC because I wanted to use trainers, and I still have a lifetime subscription to Cheat Happens. Um, but with like playing Fable 2 and some other games, that I realized like, hey, like you can play these games and have a good time, enjoying the gameplay as well as the story. Um, so it wasn't until I was like well into adulthood that um, I realized that, hey, like I can actually play video games um, and get good. Um, now, granted, there are a lot of older games that I probably will maybe never play without cheat codes of some kind. But I'm trying to ever gonna use like infinite health because that was usually what I would use was infinite health. But yeah, the thing is that with some of the unwinnable battles, infinite health is bad because the enemy literally cheats and um like cannot be beaten, and you can't be beaten either. So unless you deactivate the cheats, you're just gonna be stuck in an infinite loop if you're using those kind of cheat codes. Um, I think Grania 2 may have had a battle like that. Um, but anyway, uh, So there's something to be said for a, regardless of whether or not you're using cheat codes. Um, I'm not sure how this would work if you had infinite health. Actually, you might actually be stuck in a loop if you have infinite health. Um, Depending on how it's coded, I suppose. Um, it'd be interesting to see what would happen if I had the infinite health uh, cheat on and I fight lavas, because it could literally break the game. I don't know. Um, but obviously, it is scripted so that, like, it will do the amount of damage required to just take you out in one hit. Um, Whether or not that's worthy of a positive, I don't know. Uh, by itself is something I'm kind of debating. Like, it's such a small thing that I don't know if it's worthy of a interaction positive. 'Cause, I mean, like, Golem is like a battle that you're not kind of meant to win, but you can, technically. And that's like, that's kind of well executed, not meant to win battle. But also, you can win, technically. Like, that's, like, the two halves of the positive. Here's a battle you're not meant to win, but you don't have any option to win it. Um, Therefore, it's kind of, yeah. Um, I think we could get probably at least two positives. Um, One for just the first battle with Lavos, and I think, you know the whole unwinnable aspect of it is just probably going to be more on the information positive side than interaction, because there's no real interaction. The interaction is it kills you, or it KOs you, basically. Um, I'm trying to get a positive for the Vegas reveal. My neighbors are listening to country music really loudly, which is making me want to actually put on my headphones again. I think I want to give three positives. The only problem is that this music is making it really hard for me to think. But then the country music is making it even harder for me to think. There's no escaping it. Um, Um, I kind of already given a positive for the anime cutscenes. I could give a second positive for the anime cutscenes because they're very well animated and presented. You know, there's a little bit of an issue with the fact that they don't really start happening until maybe like a third of the way into the game. Like you would have gotten one with Robo, but apparently it was like either there wasn't enough memory on the DS cartridge, or too many people complained about being kind of disturbing with like the rats. I don't really care. Like, but anyway, they're like freaking cartoon rats. There was like one for the intro cutscene. Um, I don't think I have information positive for the anime cutscenes. So that's gonna be a fourth positive, although that's more of a general. Um, mhm. Yeah, I really want to make sure that absolutely sure that apparently I haven't given the positive for the anime cutscenes. I finished it. So that's one interaction, more interaction negative. That's the only bit of interaction stuff we're doing today. Where I think we're probably going to be reading a lot more on information. Um, you're probably still get, like, there's going to be boss fights. I think that those are going to be and level design, which we already did for this. So, um, that's 4 information positives. So that's like 52. I think. It was 52. So we're really catching up on the information axis. Heck, both of them had -4. So we only need like 4 more points of information positives before the information. Yeah, the biggest reveal is I want to talk a little bit about the biggest reveal, because I feel like he's kind of a Moby Dick kind of character. He's very single-mindedly like, I am going to confront and destroy Lavos, to the extent of which, when given the chance to actively try and fix things, you know, being sent back in time to his home, you know, and given the chance to actually at least attempt to fix the events and ensure they don't go awry the way they did. He's like, no, I'm going to make sure that events happen roughly the way they had originally, so that because I know that Lavos will be summoned, and I will be able to get my revenge upon Lavos. Now, granted, part of it may just be fear of of creating a paradox, you know, which could very well happen. Megas, you created a paradox. Dang it, I got something in my eye. Seems to be happening a lot today. Um, that could be a genuine concern on his part. Is that, you know, if he um interferes with events, then basically he would, you know, never have had a reason to go back, and, you know, he never would have been sent to the future, you know, or, well, spoilers. Um, kind of. I mean, obviously there's some temporal shenanigans going on here. Um, granted, you can infer who Vegas is at this point. Um, I, with his given the concern for Shala. Um, I really want to talk about this, so. And, like, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I kind of want to actually do the voice of if Laura ever does a theater of Chrono Trigger. I kind of would want to voice Megas because of the. Heck, this one scene would be the only main reason why I want to voice him. Because it is, like, such a character defining scene. Dang it. I think there's just some allergens or something in the air dust or something. It's not because this is so sad. But yeah. So I think it is. I like to think it is mostly just vengeance, and maybe combined with some concern about interfering too much could cause issues. And we know, at least as a player, that paradoxes can happen to some extent, and that was difficult to. I mean, I, I mean, given the logic of Chrono Trigger, he probably could interfere and stop everything. It might not break time. Um, huh. It may or may not break time. Like I mentioned earlier with Marl, her disappearance is effectively just a is less of a paradox and more of time having to um trying to repair itself. Basically, Marl's presence in the past was creating the paradox. Therefore, it removed Marl from the equation, at least until the paradox was resolved. But Megas going and interfering and trying to prevent the events that caused him to be in the position that ultimately led to him being in the position to change events. Um, basically the what we refer to as the Hitler paradox, um, which I think is a more sensical um, version of the grandfather paradox. The Hitler paradox, which may or may not be an official um, variant of the variation upon the grandfather paradox, it's effectively the same thing. But the problem with the grandfather paradox is uh, is the question of why would you do that? So basically, the grandfather paradox, if you're not aware, is a paradox where you go back in time, you kill your own grandfather, therefore he never has your before he can give birth to your parents, or even conceive your parents, and before they can even conceive you, therefore you're never born, you never could have gone back in time and killed your grandfather, therefore your grandfather is alive, therefore your parents were conceived and then you were born and you went back in time and killed your grandfather, therefore it just over and over again. Um, it's Schrodinger's grandfather. Um, and Schrodinger's time traveler. Um, which is another, that's quantum physics, but the Hitler paradox is a variation of that, wherein you go back in time and kill Hitler, therefore preventing the Holocaust, or as a baby, or before he before he's able to rise to power and commit all the atrocities. Therefore, the atrocities never happened. Therefore, you never had a reason to go back in time. Therefore, he is alive, and therefore he commits the atrocities. Therefore, you do have a reason to go back in time. So you do. You kill him before he reaches the power and commits the atrocities. Therefore, they don't happen. And same, same type of paradox, but it makes more sense because you actually have a reason to do that. To begin with, besides just seeing what would happen. Committing grand patricide just to see what would happen, apparently. So basically, this is the kind of thing that would happen with Megas. But his disappearance after after having altered history and prevented this tragedy from occurring would then mean that he never would have had the means to go back and prevent the tragedy from happening. Therefore, the tragedy does occur and doesn't occur simultaneously. And, with Marl, that's what the paradox would have been, because it would have really been a great-grandmother paradox. Or great-great-grandmother, I don't know how many generations Celine is supposed to technically be. I mean, there's a hint of it, but I think it's a slightly simplified. By, like, maybe 1 or 2 generations. Because I think they show, like, roughly 3 generations in the demonstration. Haley. He's yawning. But I think it'd probably be more of like 5 or 6 generations over the course of 400 years. But anyway, Haley, we're wrapping things up here. Would you mind not getting on my lap while I'm wrapping things up? I'm trying to explain paradoxes. But anyway, the reason why Marl did not create a paradox is because, well, there was a chance that that Link could still be rescued, and Marl's disappearance may have had as much to do with her not being able to be born at that point, as it would have had to do with being a motivator to Chrono and Luca to investigate Lean and ultimately fix things. So yeah, that's the reason why a paradox did not occur. At least in my own game theory. Anyway. But time making Megas disappear after he interferes and changes history wouldn't fix anything because the paradox would still be there. Like, unless he instructs his younger self, spoilers, if we absolutely don't want any spoilers, I guess, I'm not going to say who his younger self is, but, anyway, just stop watching now, to avoid spoilers for a, decades-old game. I don't know why. I think I'm just using this pen as a prop at this point. Um, that would still potentially that would change it to more of a bootstrap paradox, and whether or not that's possible is debatable because you're still eliminating the initial cause that would have established the bootstrap paradox. But the general idea would be that if he instructs his younger self to find the means to go back in time and later on and just kind of repeat the same interference um, to change everything. Um, that could resolve things, but it really depends on how time is constructed, and uh, the whole thing could unravel the moment that Megas successfully changes anything. Because again, the initial cause is wiped out. Um, the whole thing could technically hinge on his initial, part of it. I guess whatever. Time travel is weird. Anyway, I could go on about time travel and all this stuff forever, and um, it's already late. Um, so there's a bunch of things you can do. I'll take a few seconds of your time, as well as other things that are a bit more involved and can involve uh, financially supporting me through Patreon, um, if you're so inclined. Hopefully, Patreon is still active. Um, I really need to check on that to be completely sure. Um, but anyway, regardless of any of that, I thank you so very much for watching. And until next time, sayonara.